Hi, I'm Carrie, and welcome to my channel. Today's episode 11 in the 365 Tarot Spread series. This is where, in case you're new, I go through this book, pick a spread, and do it on camera for you and tell you how I would read it. So I think there was some good spreads in here for November. Um, there are a couple Hecate spreads in here. One is on the 16th, and one I can't remember the other date for it. I'm definitely going to try the one on the 16th this month. I don't know when this episode's coming out, so it might be before or after that date, but I am going to definitely try that one. There's I don't know. There was just, I think, more to choose from or more that intrigued me this month than last month. But I ultimately settled on the Break Out of a Rut spread. This is on page 314. In case you are playing along or following along with me, this was inspired by the Roman Catholic Church. Um, they dedicate November 2nd to the all souls currently residing in purgatory. So, the summation of the spread is: do you feel stuck? In a general sense, purgatory is understood as a waiting place or waiting room for heaven. The questions of this spread are based on the idea of being stuck in earthly limbo. So, that's what we're going to do. I am choosing to use the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot. This is by US Games, or distributed by US Games. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle the cards and get the spread laid out. You're supposed to do it up in a diagonal line from 1 to 8, like you're rising up and out of the rut. I can't do that for camera purposes, so we're going to go 4 and 4, and we're going to see what this spread has to tell us or me, because it usually ends up relating to me in some way. So I'll be right back with the cards. All right, we're going to start up here in the left-hand corner. What am I currently avoiding? So we have the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like maybe this is saying that maybe you're avoiding the things that are already really abundant in your life. You're avoiding nurturing yourself. You're avoiding um, looking at what is fulfilling you. And I would say that that's what's being avoided here. Position number 2, what am I gaining by remaining in stasis? So the 2 of Pentacles is interest by what am I gaining by remaining still or remaining stuck? By refusing to break out of this, you are kind of keeping the status quo, and maybe you've been balancing it really well from the standpoint that you're in. And to think of changing any of that is maybe you feel going to throw that equilibrium off in some way. Do I blame others for my circumstances? Well, the 5 of Wands, I would say, yeah, there is a blame going on here. Because maybe you have somebody pushing you, and it's kind of like that battle of wills of, you don't know my life kind of answer. And that's so, do you blame others for this circumstances? I would say yes, that there's some sort of blame happening here with this 5 of Wands energy that's going on. Over here, we have the question 5. No, question 4. How is fear affecting my decisions? It's interesting that it's judgment. This card actually like kind of represents that purgatory space, which I find very interesting that it came out for this reading about that liminal space, because you've got the clouds here like heaven, you got the burning flames here like hell. So it's really interesting that this is the card that came forward for how is fear affecting the decision, because this is, I would say, where you're letting fear stop you from making any sort of decision, especially if you're not taking responsibility with the Five of Wands right next to this, where you're not taking responsibility for your actions, of why you haven't moved forward, of why you haven't moved on yet. So fear really is, I would say, with this card right here, has you completely stuck in the current rut that you're in, because you're avoiding nurturing yourself. You're avoiding changing because you don't want to lose the balance that you're already struggling to keep, and you're not taking the accountability for how you've gotten here. Okay, so we're going to move down here to position 5. What beliefs do I cling to that are no longer true? And it's the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe that belief is you have a fear that there's no new opportunities out there for you, that maybe you have this fear that abundance is out of your grasp, prosperity isn't available, something like that isn't feasible for you in some way, and therefore you aren't making changes because you believe that there is no opportunity out there for you. That's an interesting card also to follow up. Okay, position 6. How do I break out of this rut? The High Priestess, you've got to listen to what your gut is telling you. It's not about pushing, it's about trusting what your intuition is telling you, trusting that you know what is actually best for you, trusting that you can make the right decision in this space, and that you don't have to let fear drive the boat, drive the car, so to speak. Position 7, what specific opportunities should I look for? And it's the Four of Cups, which goes along really well with the other cards that have come out here, because I see this as there are opportunities that are being presented to you. There are things that are right in front of your face that you're not taking notice of because you're not leaning into that intuition. And considering the way I laid out the cards, I think it's interesting that this Four of Cups falls right below the blaming other people card. And then finally, our card, how do I take a small step, a meaningful step forward, I should say. I like that it's the strength card, because this is a reminder that you can do this. There's nothing that's truly stopping you, keeping you stuck here. You have the fortitude to continue on, to move up and out of this place you're in. It may be a slow progress depending on circumstances, but even one tiny step forward is a step forward, and not a stalemate, so to speak. So I like this spread, and I really love this deck, but it's really, really beautiful. Did I say what it was at the beginning? Because I've had to interrupt this video and come back to it, but it's the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot. So let me know what you thought of this. Did this resonate for you in any way? I would say that this is one spread that didn't relate to me. So, but I do like this spread, and I'd love to know if you end up trying it. Next month, we wrap this series up. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you being here. Let me know in the comments below if you are going to try this spread, or if you've tried any of the spreads I've done in the series. And if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And until I see you in the next one, bye.